It's been half a century since I've been a commander in the land ship, and I know when a ship is ready. This ship is ready. Let the proceedings begin.
Take over our eyes, that they may look where you order them to look, and see what needs to be seen. Enter into our feet, that they may move at the right pace on a journey to healing. Take over our bodies, that they may bow to the healing you're bringing to us. As you heal, we heal those yet to come. Heal, that there be abundance in the land. Let every man, woman, and child share in the abundance in the land. Let peace and love be among the people.
I asked the count.
It's almost time.
Yes, some of them know the truth.
Do you think by now they realize the power they hold?
They still think in terms of race. How we think of ourselves changes everything. It is easy to think differently here, now that the veil is removed.
Education is a powerful weapon. It can remove the veil. It is the tool to the liberation of our people.
No one can free the people. We must free ourselves.
Freedom is a thing of the spirit.
Freedom is a thing of the mind.
You think they know what they do when they gather in these numbers as one?
It is about to begin.
Please stand for the national anthem.
Sing with me.
In plenty and in time of need, when this fair land was young, our brave forefathers sowed the seed from which our pride is sprung. A pride that makes no wanton boast of what it has withstood, that
Every man Jack knows it. Even you.
Yes, we saw you. We were there then, even as we are here now.
My assure you, sir, will not be found loitering on colonial premises after closing time.
Sovereignty. I remember that day back in 1966. We were babes then.
And now?
We must know who we are, where we're heading, and where we came.
We come from the womb of the world.
We are one race, the human race.
Happiness ever remains our endeavor.
All people deserve to be treated with respect and dignity.
Charles Duncan O'Neill, you've made it.
I had to stand among the assembly of the people. That's where we feel the truth.
Uncle,
I'm proud of you, son. Father of independence. We've come a long way.
Listen.
We've come a long way through winding roads. The great white marl in our eyes, our shoulders laden with trials. Hope leads us on into gray clouds as pounding rain seeps through our skulls. We've come a long way, naked, craving for the bread of life. Long thirsty, dried by the stinging slap of sun, souls angry, crying in the wilderness of death. We've come a long way from the curling lash, the master's whip sliding across our backs like a snake. We've come a long way from the logic of the white man, from the ignorance of our black brothers. Merciless tears gone from our wrinkled eyes. Black wanderers in the graveyard of terror. We've come a long way. So I will raise my hand and shout out, Lord! Words will not strangle and die between my teeth. I must speak.
Speak.
For we've come a long, long way.
This train is a holy train. This train is a holy train. This train is a holy train. Everybody ride it in Jesus' name. This train is a holy train. This train is a holy train. This train is a holy train. Everybody ride it in Jesus' name. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Ain't carry nothing but the pure and the holy. This Dada, you ready? It's just slipping. Hurry up.
You ever know Dada to be late? The woman always on time.
I don't want her to miss her cue.
I don't even know what all these fuss about. Things ain't changed. We is still slaves. Slaves to the dollar. We ain't independent. We independent. You understand? There has been no reparations for our labor. And why I go wear this African thing as costume? This is the 50th anniversary of Barbados independence, not Ghana.
It is also the bicentennial of the War of General Bussa. You understand?
This Bussa thing don't even strike me as true. How come I never hear about it before? I never learned about it in primary school.
The work of Sir Hilary Beckles bring it to the forefront. And the see, he get killed right here at Golden Grove.
You serious?
Stand by, Dada. Standing.
There is a meeting here tonight. There is a meeting here tonight. Come on, come on, come gather round. There is a meeting here tonight. There is a meeting here tonight. There is a meeting here tonight. Come on, come on, come gather round. There is a meeting here tonight. Come on, say. There is a meeting here tonight. There is a meeting here tonight. Come on, come on, come gather round. There is a meeting here tonight. There is a meeting here tonight. There is a meeting here tonight. Come on, come on, come gather round. There is a meeting here tonight. There is a meeting here tonight. There is a meeting here tonight. Come on, come on, come gather round. There is a meeting here tonight.
So, sistren and brethren, we is all gathered here tonight to praise the Lord and raise an anthem to his holy name. Amen, sister. We gonna leave this veil of shame and narrow-mindedness and breathe again the vivid air of God's blue fields and mountain tops. We gonna leave this rum and fancy dancing. Brown skin, waka-wacking and involve myself in Jesus Christ who we the flame. We gonna leave this world of vice and fornication with its price of hella hot lights and build myself a chapel bigger than hospitals, running walls, them clean as that all. In his holy name.
Oh, yeah.
Amen,
Amen,
sister. Cause God call.
That's right.
Sistering and brethren, God is all we got to gamble with, sistering and brethren. The stakes on him is high. So raise your voices.
There is a meeting here tonight. There is a meeting here tonight. Come on, come on, come gather round. There is a meeting here tonight. There is a meeting here tonight. There is a meeting here tonight. Come on, come on, come gather round. There is a meeting here tonight.
There's a meeting here tonight. A meeting of the spirits at the crossroads. A meeting of God and man, ancestors and angels, transcending time and place. Yes, there is a meeting. A meeting that cannot be legislated out of being. A meeting of untold stories, of communal memories buried and left for dead. Stories just whispered in the wind. It's a meeting of death and birth. The death of a colony. Oh, and the birth of a new nation. When I first entered this grandiose space, I could not help but pause and listen to the human cries of desperation on one hand and the voice of hope in the midst of it all. On the other hand,
Amen.
when I placed two hands together, I could not help but clap. Come on. Clap. Celebrate your legacy and clap for yourselves, everybody. Come on. Yes. Celebrate your legacy. Woo. When eyes are two, they watch events unfold. Legs are two, they walk far. Buttocks are two, they sit comfortably on a chair. But one hand cannot clap. Nor one leg go very far. Neither does one buttock sit comfortably on the chair. How can one refuse to answer the call from responsible people? I am asked to kneel and greet those before me. I knelt.
Yes, sister, yes.
And I greeted those before me.
Amen.
I am asked to kneel and call on those behind. I knelt and I called on those behind.
Yes, sister, yes,
Yes.
yes.
They asked, who are those before one? I answered, one's ancestors are those before one. They asked, who are those behind? I answered, it is God in one's household that are behind one.
Amen.
This is my libation.
Renako.
This is my libation.
My words are like H2O or liqueur, but instead of hitting the floor, it is hitting the core of your very existence. This is for the ones that no longer carry on in this physical form. I ask for your assistance. I invoke your presence in this session with sincerity of the heart, purification of the mind, incantation of the divine, the strength of my life. From the womb of Mother Earth till I am consumed by the dirt, I will always defend your honor with words of power. Day by day, hour by hour, this is my libation. For I will never stray away, and they will clear the way, and they will say what they have to say. All you have to do is hear. So I merge with my ancestral spirits through my lyrics, so when I spit it, you can feel uplifted. I inherit their dreams, I inherit their fights, I inherit their struggles, I inherit their voice. Through Kemetic teachings, I connect with my ancestral and terrestrial readings of all seasons. I can hear them screaming. I live through them. I see through them. I breathe through them. I eat through them. I live through them. I see through them. I breathe through them. I eat through them. Barrow, Bussa, Nanny Gray, Grantley Adams, Alfred Fragnell, Sarah Ann Hill, Lolita. Thelma, my grandmother, Charles Duncan O'Neill, Samuel Jackman Prescott, Florence Day, Wendell Smith Earl Warner, Jackie Opal, Joseph Niles, Dame Nita Bell, Marcus Garvey, London-born Daphne Joseph Hackett, Ras Aikil Tafari, Ricky Paris, Tom Adams, those who are unknown, those who are unknown, those who are unknown. This is my libation. Blessings to the ancients. This is my libation. Ancestral invocation. This is my libation. The names of these great ones, the foundation that we lay on. Ilegbako, Ilegbako, Ana, 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 Ilegbako, Ilegbako, Ana,
above pain, dignity before death.
around the yard, where sun-clad cocks and hens with scratching feet rake out worms and insect morsels.
The cackling lively. Other children join the dance. The dust rises and falls gently across the yard. Motes spark brightly. Starry walls sing glints of faith.
Some boy approached this new one to know his name.
Who's you? What's your name?
Bussa,
He says,
and
speeds
speeds
along.
along.
proud.
Bussa.
Bussa.
The African
African
slave.
Before you, here at this table, with the blessing of the ancestors, will be many things for many lifetimes to come. I am here for the same reason that Nanny's mind is made up. For the same reason that Jackie has doubt. And for the same reason that Franklin wants his. We are divided on how to proceed, but united on why we must proceed. We will end the barbarity. A small truth is always greater than a big lie. Truth has no beginning and no end. It does not die and return to earth. Lies are buried with the lips that give birth to them. The truth of which I speak is this. We are not slaves. We have been enslaved. Our mothers delivered us from their wombs free souls. No woman has ever given birth to a slave. Our enslavers placed chains on our hands and our feet, but our minds remain as free as the spirit of our ancestors that dwell among us. A slave is a person with no free will, no free thoughts, and therefore no life. A slave is a dead person. This is the truth that will guide us. We are alive, and we will live by this truth.
I say we start right here at Simmons. Tonight, right now. I'm ready to fight right now. Look, my people waiting on your signal to start this war. Too much long talk going on in here. Bussa, either you start it tonight or I get started.
The people under your command, Franklin, I expect you to take Aunt Nanny's advice and heed to her word. We cannot fight one enemy with two commands. You must be patient. We need you. But we have to come together.
If our people in Haiti, the blacks and the mulattoes, did not unite in the fight against the barbarity, they could never defeat the enslaver and gain the freedom and the independence. Franklin, we are depending on you. Bussa is we leader.
Bussa, no, you're not breaking the ranks, but we losing good time here.
Bussa, since you is we leader, where and how we starting?
Not where and how, when.
When? You gonna pass who already?
Tomorrow night, a large detachment of English soldiers leaving the garrison. They're going down to the Low Islands. Now, Friday is Good Friday. And the enslavers can pack up the parish churches asking their God for more strength to keep us enslaved. Now, Friday is what day, Jackie?
The 14th.
Friday is the day the cross went up the hill. Sunday is the day it come back down. Friday is the day the flesh met its death. Sunday, the spirit rose to freedom. That is how it will be. We have 14 regiments in place. 2 here at Simmons.
2 here at Simmons? You got 2 regiments here at Simmons? I am the driver upon this plantation. How come I don't know that you got not one, but 2 regiments under my nose?
Your job, my friend, is to stay with me. I need your strength and your advice. The regiments at Groves, Tickets, Baileys, and Ruby in St. Philip. Christchurch, Newton, Draxall, St. George, and Lothers are ready to move on the signal. They will start firing Lothers at 7:07 in the morning. The regiments in Cotton and St. John, St. Thomas, and St. George, when they pick up the signal, they will head towards Bailey's, burning canes along the way. As the regiments in the center moving south, the ones in St. Lucie and St. Andrew will head towards the center. They expect a message from me at Bagatelle midday.
But what about the wicked white people? I don't hear you say nothing about them.
They got wicked colored folk and wicked black folk too, Franklin. How about them? Wickedness ain't got no color. It can be found in any mind that clouded by greed and ingratitude. Sunday is the day of resurrection, about freedom. And you cannot end the barbarity and begin freedom with the same hate and anger. The enslavers got their black and colored allies. They too must understand that Sunday, it is a new day, a day of deliverance.
Franklin, you must hear what Bussa is saying.
The war is about freedom, and freedom cannot rise on the wings of vengeance.
Bussa talking the same talk that Toussaint was talking in Haiti. And he dead. Duppy dead. Tricked by the white people in the prison in France.
Toussaint was betrayed by his own people. In spite of that, it was not in vain. Haiti is now a free country.
Bussa, what you got planned for the governor and his wife? You know the people say they're concerned about us.
All those who have kept us in chains will have to turn their backs on the past if they will have a place of honor. The land is drenched in our blood, and the soils have turned red. The cane fields are tombs, and the arrows that grow from the canes, crosses on every grave. Nanny will be our queen.
The spirits know I done too much talking in my time. Now the time for action has come. I feel as weak as a heavy with calf. I want peace to live my life as any human got the right up. I want peace of mind to rest my soul.
On Sunday, Nanny, we giving you freedom. You have been there for us all these years. We took everything from you. We giving you back your life, Nanny, and more. There's a time for sowing and a time for reaping. We will meet tomorrow. Everything depends on discipline. Tomorrow, with the rising sun, we too shall rise and blaze a trail across this land.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Tomorrow, we will fight with our hands. We will fight with fire for our freedom. Go to sleep now. Rest. Be at peace now. Rest.
I don't want tomorrow to come.
Tomorrow the sun will rise and we will remember who we are.
I'm frightened.
I've told you this not to make you afraid. but to make you brave. Tomorrow, we will be free.
I don't want you to die.
For the little one that is coming to be born free, I will give my life.
And if you die?
Shh, do not say those words again with such fear.
How can I not say such words? To think you are free is to die.
No, that is the fear in you speaking in the dark. To think that you're not free is to die. To choose your moment of death. To die for freedom is a necessary sacrifice. He will be born free. I am because he is. He is because I am. There is no death. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Go to sleep now. Rest. Be at peace now. Rest. Tomorrow, the sun will rise, and we will remember who we are.
No. You have to go this way.
General, Franklin is dead. The white people went to your house last night. They didn't give you a chance to say a word, not even to wash your face. They just drag you out to the bed, put a rope around your neck, and neck break just so.
No. Franklin ain't deserve to die like that. Not like that. A good man should always die with honor. Who did this? The militia?
The mob, the militia, they was all the same, General.
From long as I can remember, the enslavers in St. Philip wanted his life. He was haunted by his color and cursed for standing up for his rights. The ancestors will welcome him. I will mediate for his soul.
They killed about 200 of we so far, General. Men, women, children. We burned 18 of the plantations on the list. The great houses we got out. The white people, we let them run down to the forts and the harbor. We helping out some of the white women and the children and the old people that you command, General. But, General,
yes,
it's real hard, General, to let some of these white men pass through the lanes. Because they're shooting at we like these doves in a grass piece.
General, all these soldiers gone to the garrison. The parade this morning and they gone out through boarded house. We count about 600 of them. And we got about 4 of them big cannons. And the head man, the tall colonel, called tell them to understand that when they meet he ain't got no food to feed no prisoners.
They're going to be in St. Philip by sunset. I am sure they can camp in the parish churchyard. We're going to head them off at church village. At least slow them down and split them up.
General, the fort and all them by the fat type legislation will frighten white people. More is that a fright than fight. The ships in the harbor for the two. They say that the government beat upon a ship. Black bodies hanging out everywhere. Simmons Yard, like a cemetery, dead bodies all over the place. Young, old, men and women, and they ain't sparing the children neither. The militia said they're killing 10 a week for every building that we burn and 5 for every field. General, we got plenty wounded children running about the place looking for the family.
take 3 or 4 of the fastest people here and see what you can do for the children and the wounded at Simmons. Bring down as many as you can. You don't have too much time.
That's generous.
Bussa, when you can see that we can't win?
The victory, my friend, has already been won. The people have turned their minds and their backs on slavery. They will no longer show it tolerance. It is over, Jackie, and the enslavers now know this. Generations to come will know that we show the world how we feel about slavery. They will know that we honor ourselves by demanding respect and reclaiming our dignity.
That, Bussa, is not enough.
It is more than enough for men and women to die for freedom, for the truth. Dignity, my friend, is the finest fabric if it's to wrap one's soul for its homeward journey. Jackie, it is time to bring the regiments together. We must stick to the plan. Rally round Baileys, secure the perimeter, run them out of Sincilla.
The colonel come in. Mercy. What you gonna do? Mercy.
I was expecting him. If you eat meat in the house, sooner or later you got to take a seat in the house.
What do you mean you was expecting him?
Live on, child, and remember your creed.
Take her to my command post and keep her in chains until I return.
Colonel, she's all I got.
Take her!
I ain't going no place. You're going to have to do all what you have to do in front of my face. Every day I press that uniform you wearing. I want to see how that uniform wearing you.
Very well. If that's how you want it, take her in the corner and keep her under the sword. Nanny, you are under arrest under the Act of 1688 for plotting rebellion against the king and colony, a punishment which is death. But before you are sentenced, I will give you the opportunity to confess out of respect to your post as a housekeeper for a noble and a dear family.
Confess to who? To you, Colonel, to you? Are you the Almighty today? Can you forgive my sin? Do you know what sin is? Do you know what sin is? Colonel, okay? I, Nanny Gregg, housekeeper of Simmons Estate, daughter of Ajay and Mina, Mandingos from the savannah of Senegal, confess to the charge of rebellion and commit my spirit to roam this land until freedom is the first step every child takes and the last breath every elder makes.
You have no rights on this land.
This is we land. We slave from, and we got the same right to it as you. I confess. Now do what you come here to do.
So you showed no remorse.
Pride before pain. Death before dignity.
Enough! Hang her and let it be done with.
No.
And let her body swing as an example to the young ones.
There is a green hill far away beyond the city wall, where our dear Lord was crucified who died to save us all. We may not know, we cannot tell what pain he had to bear, but we believe it was for us. He hung and suffered.
Proviento,
Mieva,
proviento,
mieva,
proviento,
mieva.
pero viento me va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento yo va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento me va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento yo va, yo va, yo va.
Proviento,
Mieva,
proviento,
mieva,
proviento,
mieva.
pero viento me va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento yo va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento me va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento yo va, yo va, yo va.
Proviento,
Mieva,
proviento,
mieva,
proviento.
mieva.
Pero viento me va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento yo va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento me va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento yo va, yo va, yo va.
Proviento,
Mieva,
proviento,
mieva,
proviento.
mieva.
Pero viento me va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento yo va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento me va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento yo va, yo va, yo va.
Proviento,
Mieva,
proviento,
mieva,
proviento.
mieva.
Pero viento me va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento yo va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento me va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento yo va, yo va, yo va.
Proviento,
Mieva,
proviento,
mieva,
proviento.
mieva.
Pero viento me va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento yo va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento me va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento yo va, yo va, yo va.
Viento,
Mieva,
viento,
mieva,
viento.
mieva.
Pero viento me va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento yo va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento me va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento yo va, yo va, yo va.
Viento,
Mieva,
viento,
mieva,
viento.
mieva.
Pero viento me va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento yo va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento me va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento yo va, yo va, yo va.
Viento,
Mieva,
viento,
mieva,
viento.
mieva.
Pero viento me va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento yo va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento me va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento yo va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento me va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento yo va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento me va, yo va, yo va.
Pero viento yo va, yo va, yo va.
Stand by, maids, for your entrance. You all right?
That scene does just get to me here.
We was just acting, though.
It is
we're not
still
home.
we history, Crystal. How could they not say that we were just like them? Human.
Because they did not want to see. Because if they did, they couldn't continue using us as slaves. So they lived a lie, supported by their institutions.
What a philosopher name. The one who named sound like a bad word. I don't want curse on sacred ground, but I just, wait. Who name?
can't. That we are all children of the dark continent who cannot rule ourselves.
Imagine that. After we built empires like Egypt, Mali, and Oyo.
All right, big man, you still know a thing or two, though.
I get in a college education to decolonize my mind, not to colonize it.
All right, but it's just that sometimes you seem so anti-Africa.
It is not that I don't respect Africa as the root of all. That's true for all Caribbean people and for all the people of the world. But being independent is about being Barbadian or Bajan or whatever you want to call us. It's about nationhood.
But does one have to negate one for the other? Doesn't the nation have to know its origin?
All right, you're right.
Good.
But
No buts. Now tell me, what is a Bajan?
A Bajan-
Ready? Go crew. Standing by mates.
Standing.
Where is Dolly?
She coming.
Jesus, this girl always late. Dolly! I hear. Go mates.
Draw a
Bucket of water for my lady and daughter.
One in the bush and two in the bush,
So let my lady pass under. Draw a bucket of water
for my lady and daughter.
One in the bush and two in the bush.
So let my lady pass under.
Draw a bucket of water for my lady and daughter. One in the bush and two in. So let my lady pass.
Come. Quick. Shh.
Come quick before Joseph comes sneaking about the place.
I don't know he drying up under your sofa.
You
Must
don't
be
know?
England like that.
I know though.
Wait, sir?
Emancipation. Yes, emancipation coming.
Freedom? Shh. Somebody gonna hear you.
Wait.
Freedom come every since from the King of England. But Master he ain't gonna let me feel no freedom.
Freedom coming.
Freedom coming. You better don't let Master catch you reading. Only God knows what he gonna do to you, girl.
My mother said that I must keep my freedom inside until I could
free. Everyone else became an apprentice in the new system.
Why? Why? Why you still going to he?
He said he gonna send a doctor to help heal Moses.
Why slavery done?
Apprenticeship coming it worse than slavery? How you think I just get the bread and the red herring we to eat? Huh?
I can't take this no more. You mean when we were slaves, I couldn't do nothing? Now that we free, you want me down like we slaves?
We getting sicker every day, Joe. We can't even afford a slave doctor, far less the medicine.
Use the bush I bring.
I use the bush and he ain't getting no better. I frightened Joe. And he said he gonna send the doctor.
By the time the doctor get here, he gonna need an undertaker.
Joe, no, Joe, no.
Why you protecting he, Dolly? Why? You like it? You like what he just do to you now?
I don't like how Moses breathing, Joe. He eyes rolling in the back of your head. Moses! 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 No! Moses!
Another dead child.
No!
The angry father.
We are tired of this day or night becomes.
We are tired of this plantation.
We're tired of plantation life.
We are tired.
In 1838, the last chain link snaps. The planters growl. Then think perhaps it's an advantage not to care for their slaves' food or health. And where self-serving kindness fitfully held place, planters now show their truest face.
New order is the same old one. Made to thwart black folks in run, token-colored ownerships of land and city businesses. Nowhere enough for equity. For sure they'll purge the heresy of their black desire, the insolence to shirk their endless cane field work.
When fervent voices urge their dream, the planters quote the Bible theme of duty out of context. Accept Ham's curse. Your lot's to be a docile labor force. How keenly the white assembly vote in bills. Nooses around black throats protecting order. Zeal equal only to their distaste for all spending on black health. Did you lament black children dying of malnourishment?
Tax food import. Make cutting wages. Ignore the deaths. Black mothers raging. Law and order.
Who could forget the raging outbreaks of measles, smallpox, dysentery, yellow fever, whooping cough? How it took the unbiased sword of cholera to force an act. Not a word till their last. Only then did they concede expenditure on public health might in the end protect their wealth.
No, 5 days of continuous labor equals a year's hire. This to ensure intimidating boots resound as police code black compounds. Contracts reduce from a year to a month, but bring to blacks no real growth. Wages reduce for each day absent. Housing levies a hefty rent.
Shingled. Painted shacks to be moved at will if ordered by master of his land when he no longer needs the hired hand, or by workers seeking better wages. These shacks have, though lasting ages, a transient look, always on the run.
Perched on stone piles with one room only. Doors front and back. Humble, but treated with no lack of pride. Broom clean inside out, like others lining the dirt roads.
Sun-bleached clothes, laid out like hope, mottled in that grass. A washed-up cradle is a scrubbing board which sits atop a bucket. As he sits befits some style, a young man in a felt hat leans against the house.
News, read all about it. Get your liberals. Samuel Jackman Prescott writes for the good of the nation. News, read all about it. Hi, sir, would you like a liberal there? News, read all about it. Get your liberals. Samuel Jackman Prescott writes for the good of the nation. News, read all about it. Get your liberals. Get your liberal. Liberal for you, sir. Come on, Dan. Read all about it. Thank you, mate. News, read all about it. Get your liberals here. News, read all about it. News, read the liberals. Samuel Jackman Prescott writes for the good of the nation. Get your liberals. News.
Gentlemen, you cannot require me to inform you that it is not declaring people free that they are made free in reality, but that it is by conferring on them such privileges as put some proportion of the power which you now exclusively enjoy into their hands.
But how do we get the power? We have no land.
All free men have civil rights and the immunities of free men, and by extension the franchise.
What can we claim?
Governor McGregor is plotting with planters to reduce the civil rights of blacks by means of repressive legislation. The Legislative Council is attempting to control the movements of blacks in a manner that slave owners have done.
But where can we go now? To another island and work.
They don't want to let me go. They think it's abandonment. But how was to see my children?
The propertied remain privileged, and the free landless man lives in misery. One of the rights of free men is that of going wherever they please. Now that the people are free, some of them, to escape the evils of their condition here, are leaving the island of their own free will. But there is nothing you can do, for the people will go.
We stand alone, a mast on sinking sand.
But we want to live. Huh? We have to fight. We have to find a way to make things right.
It is the ones who remain living in this ungodly colony that continue to suffer. Their souls are restless.
If they are not given access to land, better wages, extension of the franchise, only God can save this colony.
So where is all the payment for the work done? You mean to tell me that after a life enslaved, it's only the grave?
That's what it seems so.
Samuel Jackman Prescott.
Oa shalama samimu, 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 O Ashalamasamimu. O Ashalamasamimu.
Who plant the canes?
We did. Who built the plantation houses?
We did. Who cut the canes?
We did. Who built the roads?
We did. Who met the sugar?
We did. Who shoot the horses?
We did. Who cut the food?
We did. Who feed the master's baby?
We did.
Who gonna eat tonight?
We have a right to the potatoes.
Yes.
We have a right to the cane.
Yes.
We have the right to own a home.
Yes.
We have the right to stand up here.
Right.
To walk here. No. We got the right to read, to reckon.
Yes.
We got the right to this land. This is we land.
This is we land.
This is we land.
This is we land.
This is 1876. We free, still they control us with the whip. They cut our wages so we cannot eat. We get arrested for walking the street. Things have to change.
They have to
We
change.
are going to go into their great houses and take what is right for
Rock
them.
them.
We're going to take the food from the land.
Yes.
We will stop their accountants on the highways and byways where we get arrested for loitering and employ ourselves taking the coffers from their money bags. This is the time for rebellion.
Yes.
We will burn the king.
We will burn the king.
Burn the king.
We will burn the king.
It is Easter Sunday 1876. 60 years ago, Bussa rebelled on Easter, and they were not afraid of death. We, the Dottin brothers, are not afraid of death. Our leaders, Colonel Smith, Baird, and General Henry Green, are not afraid of death. We will be like seeds in the earth. Since 1838, we have been free. But this freedom, bitter. We can't do all this freedom. We have to be paid proper wages for our work.
We carry this red flag as a warning. Too much of our blood has been shed. Now we will shed their blood. Rise up, my sister. Rise up, my brother. Take your freedom. Remember who you are. Where Bussa fails, we will succeed.
We can succeed. Let me go.
Over 40 rioters shot. Troops actively employed. Cities threatened. Businesses suspended. Families are sinking shipping. Rioters report they have governor sanction. Immediate recall necessary. Save colony! Save colony!
Rebecca Daniel, John Bailey, Isaac Ward, Herbert Seeley, Rebecca Allen, William Hill, Susan Hoyt, Mary Bell, Mary Taylor, Margaret Shepherd, I.W. Critchlow, Mary Ford, Henry Jones, Hardy Clark, John Howard, John Corey, Mary Blackman, John Holder, Alexander Small, James Griffith, William Blackman. These are the names of the dead of the 1876 riots.
Wale gungun waleo, 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 wale gungu 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 waleo.
Come on, Commander. Come on. You've got to stop this wandering around at night. You could hurt yourself.
I had a dream, Elder. We were dancing, just like the old time days,
Yes.
before they brought us from Africa.
Yes, but it was only a dream.
Whips and sharks, Melda. Whips and sharks and blood and tears, Melda. Never forget your dances, Melda. Never forget your dances.
I am never going to forget the dances, old timer. I learned from the best commander, best by name and nature. I love you. Now come, have some rest.
Promise me, Melda. Promise me you will keep it sailing.
Yes, Commander, I promise.
Don't be afraid to dream, Melda. Don't be afraid. Shh. Hear the applause?
Come, Commander.
Shh. Listen. They are applauding for you.
How am I going to hold this family together, old-timer? You and this ship of yours.
You have made a promise to an old man.
I hear you, old man. Now come. Have some rest.
When I die, plant me in the maypole. Dance me long familiar streets in full regalia. Let my children know how I have maneuvered a century and more of rough seas. From the hull of my ship to the deck of my horse and buggy. From torn grass and plantations to a new language of drums. Borrowed rhythms that now cash my own mortgage. With a skip, hop, skip. With a dip down low and a wangalo. With a hip hop high. With a low, low tongue. With low down whisper.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will now be a 20-minute intermission.
Could not get any harder. A kind of rescue came from Panama when the canal's doors swung open for a new demand for labor.
Agent heard the sound. Seize the door now. Entered. Found the eager steamers linking Bridgetown and Cologne.
tomorrow morning, I gone. Gone? Panama. Panama. Where the Yankees is paying in gold and silver.
You sure, son?
See this? A free passage, ma. And if I don't like it, I can come back after 500 days.
Panama and St. Lucie, if you change your mind, you can't walk home.
I can't see my hand here, ma. With 10 pence a day? Ma, $10 a week. Ma, $10 a week. At least 1,000 men sign up.
You know what you're putting down, but you don't know what you're picking up.
I can send you Panama money, ma. You deserve the best. Buy some new shoes for your tired feet. Save. And we could buy a piece of land and a cow or two. Ma, I could even buy a fishing boat.
These are changing times now, son. Now we have horseless carriage that moves so fast when I see them and just move aside fighting. Oh boy, I'm an old woman now, son. Things were different when I was a child. They have machines for everything now. Maybe black people will get a little rest.
I gonna learn to drive one of them machines, ma. I can be a man of the world, a Cologne man.
My grandmother Dolly was born a slave. My mother Promise was born free, but poor. She told me the day her little brother, my uncle Moses, died. Over and over, she told me that story. Like it became a moving picture in my head. He was sick with a fever, and there wasn't no doctor. My grandmother and grandfather were fighting about Massa. Her mother used to visit the Massa. My grandfather Joe, he sharpened the Collins. My mother said she could have seen death in the eyes, but death was always around, so she'd been used to it. My uncle Moses died in my grandmother Dolly's arms. He was so small. My mother said she heartbreak there and then. She said when I was born, it was like she heart began to mend. My grandfather Joe, he packed up everything and moved to the city with nothing. That is how comes we are city dwellers. On the account of my grandfather Joe, who had too much pride to live as a slave, even though he'd a free. My mother said if he didn't leave the plantation, he would have killed the white man and they would have hanged him. And we won't be here now. That moment changed our family forever. He never left out his family. My grandfather, Joe, he left that plantation with love in his heart and he pride. You is a spitting image of him. A man is nothing without his family here.
I love you, Ma. I love you too. I know we don't say them things, but I'm grateful for all you give me, even the thumps around my head. But Ma, I'm going to seek my future.
Tell the stories I have told you to your children so they know who they are.
We are proud people. Now go with my blessing.
This is my island in the sun, where my people have toiled since time begun. Though I may sail on many a sea, your shores will always be home to me.
Oh, island in the sun, built to me by my father's hand. All my days I will sing and praise of your forest waters, your shining sun. Oh, island in the sun, built to me by my father's hand.
From every buzzing platform, sweating profusely under the sun, blacks curse whites as they went out. We want the wages.
We want them now. We want good wages and we know how to get them.
Yankees pay America, man. You want to give me good wages? We
So
go to
Panama. The journey from Panama took 8 days. To allow where rain will fall 9 months of the year. The shops, the drinking fountains, the toilets, even the post office segregated. But malaria, dysentery, and yellow fever, they impartial.
Funny how things was from Panama City to Cologne. Shots with bunk beds on all 4 sides.
White men got all the good jobs. Black men, lives get put in there. White men were paid in gold. Black men, paid in silver.
Black men haul lumber, shovel earth, carry water, or lay the dynamite. Many a man was floor to base.
One Sunday morning, 100 and all, they was picking up body parts for days. This ain't a lie. To send home Panama money, man, they're falling like flies.
There was no letter home to say goodbye. Your son died serving the Yankee dreams of world power. Your son died to create the 8th world wonder. They call it Hell's Gorge.
20,000 men went registered to Panama. 20 to 30,000 women, men, and children went unregistered. A third of the Barbadian population left the colony. $10 million injected into the economy.
In friendly society and penny banks, Bajans saved their money week by week, guaranteed Christmas money and a proper burial. Landships, docks and lodges, revival churches in wooden structures, the UNIA and Garvey speeches raised the consciousness of the people. In steps Charles Duncan O'Neill, fresh from medical school and Trinidad, to start the Democratic League, supporting the blacks, colored middle-class professionals, and the laboring poor.
I wasn't born, but my grandma tell me how we had riots in this country. Great Depression, the people them face, so them riot and they burn down the place. Yes, they had riots in the land, riots in the land, riots, riots in this island. The people them say they gon' fight, 'cause today's a funny night.
Raoul, Kendall, and Charles
comprised my first self, I, Grantley, the second. I barely remembered Educator Rawle, and I was the cause of Clennell's fall when I destroyed him in the planter's libel suit. His herald staggered in disgrace, slaughtered by my Oxford acumen and planter's support. Charles bore the weight of workers' hopes, and my unceasing sniping blows until worn down, he died of fatigue, and with him went the Democratic League. I knew there were other selves, too, yet nameless, lurked in the shadows. Selves to be controlled like the wild worker, hot head full of envious bile. Though I thought as the planters thought, such blacks eyed me as if I could be bought with their wheedling looks.
You'll come around. After all, you're one of us.
When you taste racism's bitter root, you'll turn towards us.
Our people need a brain like yours.
When you taste racism's
After
bitter root,
all, you're
our
one of
people
us.
need a
Our
brain
people
like
need a
yours.
brain
When you
like
taste
yours.
racism's bitter root, our people need a brain
like yours.
Those words kept ringing through the hours as I sensed my other selves swallow them. Dark forms that kept those ominous words alive in me, growing in the shadows. I'd watched this Clement make his name. From the back of every crowd, I watched him with a sibling scroll. To most it seemed that Clement had sprung from nowhere, kerfuffling them with the mystery of his birth. To them he suddenly appeared on earth, a grown man. But I knew he'd come from Trinidad, to Bajan parents born, schooled here from the age of 4, worked as a clerk in his late teen years, till his return to Trinidad, where, moved by the workers' tears, he joined Garvey's UNIA, and later the NWCSA, under whose political influence he returned to us.
Looking forward to this speech here.
Thanks. Comrades, there is an attitude of aggression in the atmosphere.
Yes.
It is not created by us. It does not come from within us. It has reappeared, no doubt, because our social redeemer and political liberator is here. Some of you come from far, and some of you come from near. From Boscobel and Fontebelle, from Spikestone, Hoatong and Oystein from Holders Hill and Spooners Hill, from Lightfoot Lane, Busby Alley and Emberton Lane, the sweetest vicinity within the city. If I have excluded anyone here, do not shed a tear or stand in the rear, because I welcome all comrades gloriously to Golden Square.
All right, level.
Last night, we met in our thousands. Today, the press reported we were no more than a few dozen. Tonight, we are even more. But tomorrow, the headlines will read that attendance was poor. Truth is our salvation.
That's true.
But the press, poor circulation, and no advertising shall see their ruination. The police are out in abundance. And the soldiers are in attendance. The governor wants to intimidate, but it is far too late. Comrades, as Brother Menzies like to say, tonight is a funny day. Our speaker tonight once again is our comrade leader, Clement Payne. No one knows better our history. No one better can take us to victory. Brothers and sisters, comrades, I give you our comrade leader, Clement Payne.
Many things have been said about me these past 24 hours.
Them is lies, Clement. Don't mind them.
It's true.
I have said nothing, and I have done less to cause this tidal wave of hate, this avalanche of lies. The governor is not here to witness, but his emissaries draw near to create mischief.
Look at that. April is right there. So we see her, man. You hiding?
Many things have also been said about you. They say that I am Riff and that you are Ra. They say that I am the rouser and that you are a rebel. They say that I am the fire and that you are the brimstone, and together we set Bimsha ablaze. In England, there are places called Yorkshire, Lancashire, Buckinghamshire, and Nottinghamshire, and dozens of other shires. Now, if the capitalist plantocrats and the mendicant negrocrats have called our home Bimshire, tell them what we say tonight.
What we say?
What do we say?
Tell them that we will not be inhabitants of their English shire.
No. Never that.
Tell them that we will put their BIM in the bin. And that we will be citizens of Barbados, free from the imperial legacy of slavery. Tonight, I am standing up for Mother Barbados. She is being raped. She is being pillaged from town to town and village to village. Tonight we shall talk about ending our status as a colony, as the time has come to send the governor back to Brittany. There can be no freedom and citizenship so long as Barbados remains in a colonial relationship. There can be no justice for the poor so long as the blood-sucking capitalist merchant in BS and T keeps us trapped in poverty. What hope can there be for our children? What hope? If on the plantation, our children are slaving for 10 hours a day for a shilling.
1 shilling.
Our children should be on a stool in a school as a political.
I agree.
No exception from the right to education. Comrades, the time has come. I want you to look into your souls tonight and answer me this.
What's that?
Where is my pride and self-respect if all of this I accept? Where is my pride and self-respect if all of this I accept? Comrades, the time has come to take our land in our hands and liberate ourselves from the tyranny of a bankrupt, obsolete philosophy called white racial supremacy.
Speak it.
Democracy will not be supported by those who nurse on the imperial nipple. Democracy, comrades, is the red rose. The red rose. Comrades, we must rise and wrestle from the clenched fists and cold hearts of men and women who shower in unbridled power.
Yes.
We will have that red rose, comrades. We will have it.
Yes.
We will have it because we are prepared to die for it.
Oh, yes.
And why do I believe the time has come?
Tell us.
It is this. Next year will be 100 years. 100 years since the slave masters legislated that our foreparents be emancipated.
My slavery ain't done it still about here.
Let me tell you what they've done in the past 100 years. They have imposed upon us a cruel capitalist economic exploitation by a white racist bourgeoisie. These oppressors have suppressed our cultural creativity. They have suffocated our spirit of economic enfranchisement. They have made us weak, divisive, self-hating, and dependent. No more, comrades. I say no more.
No more.
Can you go and cast a ballot?
No.
You have no right to vote.
None.
And that is why at the drop of a hat, they hang you at the end of a rope.
That's so true.
You have no right to speak in there, and that is why you are listening to me out here.
Yes.
We have not been emancipated. We have been castrated and decapitated. I say no more, comrades. No more. You have been forbidden to form trade unions. Organize as a union at your place of employment, and the court will send you to Station Hill for confinement. But the capitalists have their Bridgetown Club.
Yes. Yes.
And the Imperialists have their Yacht Club. Therein, comrades, therein lies the salt in the wound. You accept this without blinking. Now I say leave here and go and check in Jenkins.
Can't tell no lie.
Now answer me this. Are you ready to take your destiny in your hand?
We ready. Yes. We ready.
Yes.
We ready.
Are you ready to take your land in your hand?
Yes. Ready.
Are you ready to end racial supremacy and build a political democracy?
Yes.
Are you ready to end your poverty and fight for economic equality?
Yes.
And are you ready to end being a shackled colonial Negro and begin a new life as black men and women, free and proud in the beauty of your dignity?
Yes.
I say no more because tonight is a funny day.
Let me start with this.
No, comrades. No. That is not the way. Hear what I have to say. Remember the creed. Remember the creed. Educate, agitate, but don't violate. 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 Louder. Educate, agitate, but don't violate. Educate, agitate, but don't violate. That is right, comrades. Tonight is the revelation of the revolution. Step by step, we will end this imperial madness. You, comrade.
Me?
Yes, you. You are no longer the white man's mule.
No.
You will end their colonial rule.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, the sun will rise upon your face without tear. And you will say, thank God. Thank God. Last night, I made a vow in Golden Square. God bless and good night.
The glory of the coming of the Lord. He is coming out the ages where the people are. He has bring the people light out of his children marching on. Glory, hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah. His children marching on.
In the morning, 5 officers were sent to bring him before the city magistrate. The date for a rush trial was set, accusing him of making false claims that Barbados was his birthplace.
I refused his plea, sent him to defend himself. He couldn't pay, so why expose myself? He lost, filed an appeal, then headed to Golden Square where he denounced his conviction to a crowd of thousands. He was their great Messiah, crucified.
Next day, a Friday, throbbing with heat, Clement and 300 marched down to Government House, singing hymns and anthems.
Before the house, my other self alone advanced towards the gate, sentryed by armed police.
Stop! For your life's sake, don't make another step.
I had to do something. Clement was of my blood.
You'll come around. After all, you are one of us.
When you
Our
face
people,
racism,
these are really yours.
one of
You're
us. You turn towards us.
After all,
Our people.
one of us.
Our
people.
You're one of us. You're one of us. You're one of us. You're one of us.
So, I defended him in appeal and won. Now, Clement's triumph brought out thousands to the court, jubilant to see him home. Too late. They had secretly slipped him through a gate. Actions you will think the verdict would disbar. Then detectives stuffed him in a car and whisked him away. crowds lined Pierhead waterfront, hoping to find and even rescue their leader. Deception's breath poisoned the air. Clement was put on a vessel at Pierhead. Police had hustled him through Carlisle Bay.
This noon, the masses struck at Golden Square with stones, sharp bottles, and hard sticks.
Flames leapt, exclaiming from smashed car windows.
Streetlights popped, fizzled, and groaned. Circuits broken by the fury of a storm.
From a broken hydrant, water spewed onto a vast flooding alley, stewed with rain.
Black police in riot array arrived. The night was a funny day. Like a cinder rose by wind in the morning, the riots flared again.
Old-time weapons smashed through office fronts and store windows.
Few cars remained upright.
Black hand seized pale gasping mutual employees.
Briefly held them hostage, threatened to burn them in their offices.
Along Bay Street and Province Street, the masses carnival moved to one beat.
Then crossed Chamberlain Bridge where two pariahs glanced furtively,
aware of some impending doom.
Then scurried
behind safe crates, lining the wharf.
Giddy with rage, rebels charged through the square onto Broad Street. And it was there, a collective sign sliced through the ages. Joined ancestors to new warriorhood.
But just as good.
The ancestral vision faded. When our police bayonets advanced. And from the shadows, marksmen picked off marchers. With no answers to state guns.
14 died. 300 tried, convicted, and often beaten. No whites died. Better for Clement to be deported than to be dead, I thought. Divided to the vein.
H.M. Cornwall requests permission to pass through our waters. Permission denied, you landlubbers. Turn your ship around, or I will blast you out of the water. Those boys from Boscobel love to throw stones. It's fun for them, but it is war for us. Man your battle stations. Bring on the fireworks. Quartermaster, let's bomb their backsides.
Commander, we are not under attack.
We are heading through rough seas. If it's war they want, then it's war they're going to get.
But Commander, Imelda? Commander, no one is out there.
Are you sure? You know, back in the old days, we would bomb them with crackers, firecrackers. Those boys feel that they can just move down through the country and sail through the district without prior permission. Protocol, Quartermaster.
Yes, Commander.
Protocol.
Yes, Commander.
Come on, man. You need to rest.
Rest? Old man, I will have none of it.
It is an order.
Commander,
None of it, girl. Look, I raised you from... I need to lead my ship now.
Come. The ship is in good hands.
Blow him out the water, quartermaster. We must preserve this ship, come hell or high water.
Come. We safely in dock. Father, help me this day. Walk with me, Lord.
I can see them. Hoist the sail, quartermaster. Sound the word. Man overboard! Man overboard, quartermaster!
Man, no one is out there!
Man overboard!
It is okay. Commander? Elijah? You did good. That was a good scene, Elijah. Your hands, they're so cold. Crystal, call the ambulance. Elijah's having trouble breathing.
I already did, Dada.
Commander, you have been so strong. You have a beautiful spirit. You've done well. You always understood the art of war, and you always gave good advice. We love you. We call the ambulance. It's on its way. I'm going to go with you. Oh, I'm here, Captain. This is Dada holding your hand. Crystal, please work on his feet.
Dada. Dada, it's so cold. Dada.
Don't cry, Crystal. You've got to be strong for Commander.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Pride above pain. Dignity before death.
I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine.
I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
I'm gonna let it
For
shine.
thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of
Commander.
thou anointest.
Dada! Commander! Commander, wait.
It is time.
It is time. Let him go. He will join the ancestors and mediate on our behalf. Rest, Commander. Rest.
The paramedics.
that I can't believe it.
He was ready.
I knew he was sick, Dada, but I didn't expect him to die.
Death always comes as a surprise to the living. But I think he knew.
What do we tell the audience, Dada?
It is a way of the world. Free or enslaved, rich or poor, death comes.
And what about the rest of the show? Huh? What about the rest of the show?
You can run the show now, Crystal. The show belongs to the players now. I am just a guide.
And what about the ending?
Renako, he has a good heart. He's ready.
Barrow.
Standing.
We are going to London next week. The less we inflame local passions, the better.
Man, I done with them. I done with them and these small-minded, petty, fogging politicians. I done with them in this confusion. The federation is over. We have to start from scratch, but right now, we are going alone. You understand me? We are going alone. I don't want to hear nothing from you, Cammy. I have a mandate from the people of Barbados, and that is my concern now. I'm done with this foolishness.
Errol, our problems are not out there in the Eastern Caribbean. They're right here. Forget about Compton and Bird. Let me deal with them. Focus on Freddie Miller. Sir Grantley is back on the trail and Crawford is hurting us. We cannot withstand the pressure from Sir Grantley and Crawford at the same time. We are losing ground on the ground, so to speak. If you want to let off some steam, just talk about Motley.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean, Sleepy? Can't me always want to confuse people with double speak. I am not afraid of Crawford, and Miller can talk all he like. That Labour Party is going to wish it never crossed swords with me.
Skipper, you come here to be a man. I suggest you hear what it is he has to say.
So you mean I turn my back for a few minutes and the two of you ready to gang up on me? In my own house? Let me hear what foolishness you have to say, man.
Errol, you would have noticed how the Labour Party's front bench behaved during the debate on the independence resolution. And you would have observed how Motley and the National Party have been rather puffed up of late. No doubt because they believe the white people are behind them. Motley is ranting about a referendum and Miller's holding out for an election before independence. Together, they would wish the public to think that they are for independence, but that important constitutional matters separate them from us.
Well, I was in the house, Cammy. Why you think something wrong, my memory or my mind?
Motley would be a darn fool to not know that the rich white boys just put some money in one place and they vote in another place.
All right, then.
Errol, what you have to do tonight is this. You must let the people know, in no uncertain terms, that both opposition parties are against independence and are using the Constitution to hide their true feelings. Take your time to set out this case. Paint them good and proper with the anti-independence rush.
Miller told the Labour Party crowd last night that they have us over Barrow. And Motley said at the National Party cocktail that they have us running scared. Cammy is right, Skipper. You have a chance to put them up against the ropes, get them tangled up, defending themselves, then land us on the listing. I plan on dropping some lashes in all of them tonight, especially that Jack there, who thinks he can set up private beaches in this country.
Look, Cammy, you want me to tell the people of Barbados that Motley is heading a party of plantation slave masters, and Miller and the boys in the Labour Party are colonial stooges and Negrocrats, but you don't want me to say it in these terms because you're afraid the public will not appreciate my straight talk?
Something like that?
Something like that. Can we always want people to feel the heat, but not see the flame?
And what would you have me say about Compton and Berda? That the impoverished parish prophets looking to the people of Barbados to bail out the small islands, now that Jamaica and Trinidad have dumped them?
Hold off on the small islands till we get back from London, Errol.
Man, don't tell me to hold off. The people down the islands have a right to know about the kind of people who are speaking for them. And the people of Barbados have a right to know the truth about this late miseration, because in truth and in fact, the British government is trying to sell us a 649. Nobody's going to use this country. The problem with this late is that there are too many piglets and not enough nipples on the south.
Goodness, Errol, Errol, you can't say that. A prime minister can't speak like that.
It sounds real sweet to me, though. The people are going to love it. I got to remember that. Too many piglets and not enough nipples on the south. Woo! I can drop that on the Labour boy for a chance I get.
Listen, I am not a prime minister. I am a colonial premier. That is what I am.
Can be worse than Columbus. He wants to go west and sets out going east. Man, we have to go straight to where we want to go.
What we have to do is this. We must defeat Motley and Miller with politics. Trust me on this. Because Motley has taken up the planters' cause, he's less of a threat than Miller. In my judgment, Motley is a dead duck, and Miller is a sitting duck. All we need to know is how to deal with these two different species of ducks.
Sleepy, you ever noticed that all the dead-end roads in this country lead to a plantation house? There'll be no mixing of metaphor tonight. History has run its course and independence is where it is taking us. I don't want to hear no foolishness about no ducks.
Politics before plantations, Errol.
I'm done with you, Cammy. Always dressing up a duck like it is a duchess. I am going to shut down every sugar plantation. Blaze every blade. The racism that is stifling this country's progress lives in those cane fields. That is why every time a man steps into them, you know he stepped right back into slavery. That is why black men walk so slowly and gingerly and always whispering when they should be shouting. They lack the confidence of ownership which those cane fields have denied them.
Frank is with you on that, Skipper, and wants to speak on your platform tonight.
Errol, leave Harding and the planters to me. You can talk about Sleepy, about Miller and Motley, and Sleepy can speak to the workers on the estate. And leave the governor to me as well.
Listen to me, Cammy. Listen to me. It's been 5 years since we've been in office. The first 3 taken up with this federation mess. The last 2 trying to salvage something from the wreckage. I don't have time to be polite and civil to sycophants and mendicants that are multiplying like mongooses in the politics of this country.
Assure us, Errol, that this language is not for public ventilation.
This country will be independent. And if I have to wake up all the sleeping angels in heaven, so be it. And don't tell me to cool off. If you can't stand the heat in my kitchen, you can go and cool off with Motley and Miller and the other set of reactionaries you have so much respect for. I down with you, man. And listen, I go now to Eagle Hall now and buy some peppers to finish make my sauce. And when I come back, I can finish cooking the slave food when I dislike. And I want to eat it in peace.
Errol, don't forget the brandy. That man is impossible.
July 1966, welcome to London. The weather is wet and dull. We are here at Lancaster House, and Errol Walton Barrow is coming out to the centre with the Democratic Labour Party. After the fall of Grantley Adams and the BLP, after the fall of the Federation. They come from the tradition of Garfield Sobers, the greatest cricketer the world has ever seen. Errol Barrow is a warrior with words and numbers. He hurled truth like big rocks at the Secretary of State for the colonies in true Bajan style. He threw a hard ball that changed the game.
In 1639, when our own country was governed without a parliament for 11 years, the English inhabitants of Barbados settled a parliament for themselves, thereby creating The legislative institutions which we have since, without any disturbance, enjoyed. Barbados, in this regard, shared only with Bermuda, Virginia, Massachusetts, the solid comforts of representative government. In 1651, when Englishmen were cowering in their homes under the whip of Cromwell's major generals, when they who had lopped off the head of the king sought to enmesh the people of Barbados in their saintly tyranny, Barbadians stubbornly defended their institutions from Cromwell, and in the famous Charter of Barbados, which they signed, managed to preserve for 3 centuries the supremacy of Parliament and the liberty of the subjects.
Barrow hit 6 after 6, but he set this one right out the boundaries and to the start.
Yes,
he left
Pepper.
the Secretary of State for the colonies in shock, like he'd never played hardball cricket.
Mr. Secretary, we have a self-imposed deadline on the duration of these discussions, in that the government has arranged to leave the United Kingdom on the 5th of July for an equally important meeting with our partners in Canada. There can be no time in the circumstance for the lowing herd to wind slowly over the lee. My government, I assure you, sir, will not be found loitering on colonial premises after closing time.
The man demonstrate independence in the words. He treated the conference as though it was a formality. We was already independent.
And the skipper, they separate white Bajan from black Bajan. The man claim all the way.
The skipper was a boss. In the truest sense of the word. Not only he win the game, he win the series.
And we all know how this story finished. The Union Jack was lowered, and the broken trident was raised November 30th, 1966.
Yeah!
A former stranger under the Union Jack, Barbados sail, but trip after trip, exploitation still prevail. 37 riots report to prove that slavery done, but then there came a skipper. Barbarians like the one who really taught in school and fed the little ones too. Intent to break every chain, he set out to sea again. All hands on deck. Hey, here the skipper elect. All hands on deck. You've got to show the skipper respect. He took over when the bridge was down. He took over Bridgetown on a smooth voyage. He took over the bridge, take over the bridge. Skipper, take over the bridge, take over the bridge. We know you can get him managed. Under the Union Jack all the while he charted in course with joy for independent Isle. Suddenly shout came land ahoy. How well we will remember, how well we disembarked. In 66 November, he set up a great landmine. Union Jack down it went up when the broken trident. I catching the right with side, still with industry and pride. All hands on deck. Oi, he'll skipper elect. All hands on deck. You've got to show the skipper respect. Oi, he took over when the bridge was down. He took over Bridgetown on a smooth voyage. He took over the bridge, take over the bridge, skip back, take over the bridge, take over the bridge. We know you can get in managed. All hands on deck. Hey, he'll be skipper elect. All hands on deck. You got to show the skipper respect. Oh, he took over when the bridge was down. He took over Bridgetown on a smooth voyage. He took over the bridge, take over the bridge, skip back, take over the bridge, take over the bridge. We know you can get in managed. Take over the bridge. We know you can get in managed. Take over the bridge. We know you can get in managed. Hey.
You ready?
I am.
Go.
I know some people who would like to fly on the wings of an eagle. But me, I would like to fly on the wings of Ma'at, establishing truth, justice, and righteousness as my mother did, before taking her position in the halls of the ancestors. Lessons learned from her will always be remembered. It was she that forged the sword that could never be retempered. And I will pass it down to my children, no matter the gender. But beyond many cycles of the moon, jewels in the forms of values are ancestral heirlooms. And they thought that I was dead.
Kaya mabele kwazulu. Kaya mabele kwazulu.
They thought that I was dead, but I arose from the ashes. I am the Akasa, son of Mother Nature, fathered by Creator. Never been to Harvard, but the universe is my university. I studied the 7 stars from Orion to the planet Mercury, but I majored in the universal language called love. Harnessing my energies, I learned to live and speak fluently through rhythm and poetry. Call me master of medicine like Imhotep, revolutionary like Malcolm X, ridding the black race of mental scurvy like Marcus Garvey. Vitamin C deficiency, the C is for the courage to stand up against the system. Religious gibberish and hard gimmicks. Religion is man-made, but spirituality is forever. Amara, Pataja, Jehovah, Allah, many names, one source, many paths, one course. I divorced from my lower self and reside with my higher self. Now the sky is the limit. I can eat clouds for dinner. I can see Kemet from here. And the voices of my ancestors are crystal clear. We are still here. We never disappeared. But for too long, you have tried to place my art under the mat, and the particles of dust have been rising, causing asthma attacks. Inhale the scale of truth, justice, and righteousness, exhale it well, because you can need an inhaler for this.
It is not enough.
It is not enough to be paused,
To be whole.
to be void,
To be silent.
to be semicolon.
To be semicolon. Fling me the sword and I will confound the void.
Find me the rage and I will raise the colony.
Fill me with words
And I will blind your
God.
Push.
Trees are swaying, night winds are blowing, softly they sing a song to welcome you and yours with affection. Here is where you belong. Leave all your cares and worries behind you. Tomorrow may never come. This land is your land. This land is my land. Welcome the morning sun.
pass her around.
Since we invited the ancestors here, we have to dismiss them.
But what about the unanswered questions? Reparation, unemployment, cost of education, economic enfranchisement, becoming a republic.
Fearlessly and without hesitation, we will shape and change our world. We choose our destiny with every thought.
With every word sound we make.
With every action we take.
We
choose.
Let us say goodbye to the ancestors.
Erude, majuba malo. Erude, majuba malaroe. Erude, majuba malo. Erude, majuba malaroe. Erude, majuba malo. Erude, majuba malaroe. Erude.
Why not join us?
you. We have in the house tonight some of our writers. I hope you have a laugh. I would like to welcome on the stage Mr. Anthony Calvin, Limestone, whose poetry we use tonight. Mr. Winston Farrell, excerpt from Landship and poetry we use tonight. The Manny Ray, whose word sound we use tonight. Spoken word artist. Is Sir Hilary Beckles here? Is Camo here? Those are our other writers. And Naila Imoja, are you here? We want to welcome the writers onto the stage, please. Musical director Stefan Walcott. Set designer, we work together on the design, and builder Peter Lewis. Anthony Kelman, all the way in from the USA. Thank you for coming, Anthony. Barrow, where are you? Landship is being done, has been done in New York. It's going to be done here in the Bordeaux Festival of Theater. Damani Ray, spoken word artist, libation. We're grateful to Camo and all the elders who have been telling our story. We're grateful to the producers, and we encourage the producers to make sure that this happens again and again and again. Stage management crew, we have Afi Farrell who cannot come.